Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back to our Lego room. In today's video, we're taking a look at the convention kit from BrickCan 2025. It's the LEGO Space Cake, a really awesome LEGO spaceship. And I have to say, super impressed with the box that they put together for the kit. Really well done. Love the artwork on there. And then if we go to the side here, you can see it's got all the, the font and general sort of layout look of the old school Lego space kits. And if we go to the back, we've got some awesome pictures of not only the actual set and parts of the set, but also other builds that you could theoretically put together from the parts in this kit. Super well done. And then you can see on the side here, more awesome artwork. Really, really well done. The designer of the convention kit, Ali, did an amazing job with this. Super impressed. It was a lot of fun to put together. So let's take a look at the finished build. Now, the kit came with 283 Lego pieces, all used to really good effect throughout the set, but I have to say in particular, I'm very impressed with the printed parts that came as part of the kit. You can see here on the space minifigure, we've got the excellent torso there with the gold maple leaf version of the LEGO space emblem. And if we look up on the top part of the ship here, we've got another white piece that has the logo as well. Really nice and well done. On the sides of the ship, we've got a printed tile with BC 1625. I assume alluding to the fact that BrickCan is in BC. So really nice touches there. You can see if we look to the other side of the ship, we've got that same printing on the tile over there. And there's two more really cool printed parts. Let me open up the back of the ship so you can see the next part there. So inside the back part of the spaceship, we've got an awesome printed panel. Love that. It's cool. They're adding touches of Canada and Vancouver to things, but still very much has the feel and vibe of an old school Lego space part. And then if we come up here, you can see the control panel inside the cockpit there. Again, in the space sort of vibe or theme, but it's got the maple leaf on the monitor there. And love the use of red here in this case, rather than the typical blue parts that you would see for some of these panels, or white. I think the red ties in nicely, not only with the look of the ship, but also with red for Canada, which you see in the BrickCan logo. So super happy with all of the printed parts throughout the set. The rest of the set is awesome as well. Love the candle here on the side. It's the 10th anniversary of BrickCan. A nice little nod to a cake there with a space-themed candle. Also like the little icing bits here around the cockpit. Also thought it was a really cool addition to have the red sort of stripe down the side of the cake. Really well done, and definitely feeds into that vibe of a baked good. So really nice touch there. Saw some pretty cool sort of variants of the set that were, playing on pie or different types of cake. There's definitely some interesting things that you could do to mod this particular kit. So looking forward to potentially trying some of those out in the future. We've got the landing gear on the bottom there. And then you can see the back of the ship here when the back is sealed off, so you can't see that inner printed panel that we were looking at a few moments ago. Like I said, great control panel inside the cockpit there as well. Love the fact that the space guy can go in there. So, really fun overall. I mention this often when I'm building other people's or other designers' kits in the LEGO community. Really fun to see how people go about achieving the different shapes. Like for example, the slice of cake shape of the spaceship here. Really neat to see how problems like that get solved by different designers. Definitely some interesting techniques and thoughts that you can apply back out to your own builds. Now with the convention kit, we had a instruction manual, which is super well done, in addition to what we've already seen so far, which was all superb. Love the look of the manual, well laid out, and just love the inclusion of all this extra photography work as well. Really gives the sense of, like I said before, this all looks and feels a lot like what an old classic LEGO space set would be, which is really cool. And then there's a lot of humor, sort of put throughout as well. And love the spaceman with the fork there. That is really cool. And if we flip through here, we can see a few of the other pictures, some different things that you could try to build with some of the parts in here. Just really fun to see, and just goes to just the amount of care, thought, and detail that was put into this set, which is why I really like these convention sets. It's fun to see how, like I said, how people go about tackling different problems. It's nice to see different styles and types of builds that, we might not normally get from LEGO as actual sets. And, ultimately too, it's just, really fun. It was a fun build to put together. A lot of cool, interesting pieces and, sort of takes on things that we would typically see in a LEGO space set. And, I'm looking forward to having this up on display on a shelf here in the LEGO room. I think it'll be an awesome addition to some of the other really cool space sets that we have. So, a great sort of remembrance of this particular BrickCan, and it was definitely a fun build to put together. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.